Bernardo, Emerging Media Makers pilot episode on Bronxnet. We're spotlighting 3 cool shows that are brand new to the lineup here at Bronxnet. Next, we have Victor Sabatini. Please welcome him to the set. Victor, how are you?
Feel very good.
This is rock and roll.
This is rock and roll TV.
Love it, love it. Brand new show on Bronxnet.
Right.
So let's get into your history, man. Like, where'd you come from? How'd you start out? How'd you segue into the world of TV?
I actually played in the band since I'm 12 in the Bronx, playing most of the local high schools and then the nightclubs. And then later on, I was backing up a lot of the people that I'm hosting now. You know, or Dennis Nardone is hosting. We have a host, Dion Nardone.
Right.
He also has a radio show on WVOX on Saturday and Sunday. So we kind of incorporated Dennis, Tyrone Burkout. He's like a long line of videos that he did on his own. And Albo Fury, the drummer of Just Nuts Band.
So there's a radio aspect to it. So how do you feel that, as a former radio guy myself, like how do you feel like radio comes into play when you're producing the show? Does it come into play at all, or is it?
Yeah, because all of the music that Dennis plays are the artists that we're bringing on the show.
Ah.
So anything, if you know, for example, Barbara Harris of the Toys, Larry Chance and the Earls, they had records back in the day, and we're also putting on shows with them now throughout Westchester and the Bronx. So those people that we work with doing the shows are also the people that are coming on the show.
So there's that radio TV synergy?
Yeah, I mean it connects, and also his audience on WVOX. They get an opportunity to hear a radio show on Sunday at 11 a.m. and then at night they get to see the artist, the actual artist, at 8 p.m.
Cool. And you open every show with a band that's playing.
That's Just Nuts Band.
Just Nuts Band.
Right. That's how. Well, there's Just Nuts Band. There's the radio show, and then Tyrone has his own audience with his video show that he has. So they kind of combine all in one into. This is rock and roll TV.
So why rock and roll and not another genre like pop or R&B? Do you feel like rock and roll is not being represented enough?
Yeah. Well, in the beginning, when we initiated the show, we were thinking along the lines of rock and roll. But then, after everything was in place, we now realized that we're going to have some disco artists coming on. So
really?
Yeah. So now it's becoming an issue of, well, it says this is rock and roll, but this person is doing R&B. We brought Tommy McDonald from the Blues Brothers on. Now that's more blues R&B. So yeah, the title of the show is kind of like.
But you know what? It can still work because rock and roll is really a lifestyle at the end of the day. I mean, Rolling Stone magazine is a rock and roll magazine. That's their brand.
Right.
But you'll still see like, you know, pop culture being covered. So to me, it's more of a lifestyle. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would agree with that. Now that you said that, I could use that.
There you go. See, last interview, I almost got myself a spot on a TV show. Now I'm getting to be your co-producer. There you go.
There you go. You're in.
Disco, that's kind of interesting. That's very interesting. So how did you come up with this concept in general?
I do a lot of the Parks concerts in the Bronx for different politicians that have shows during the summer. And I've been doing it for 10 years. And last year, somebody approached me and said, why don't you take these shows that you're doing and put it on Bronxnet? And initially I thought, it seems like a lot of work, you know. And then I was approached the second time. The second time I said, you know what, I'll try it.
Right.
I says, let me just see, you know, what it's going to entail. And now that I'm doing it, I'm seeing that for people who couldn't get to the concert, now they're getting to see it. So we just filmed a concert in Harrison. And Tyrone came out, he brought the cameras, and we filmed everything. The people dancing, the artists that were performing, and it was great, because now if you couldn't get there that night, now you get to watch it on Bronxnet.
Now you had a high-profile guest on. You had Vinny from Sopranos?
Vinny Pastore.
Yeah, Vinny Pastore.
Right.
Like, that's pretty cool. Like, how do you get, is that the radio's, is that the...
Yeah, well, he also has a band. He also has a band.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, he does a multitude of things. So he came on and we kind of talked about his career And we also talked about the band, and yeah, I mean, all these things tie in. Most of the musicians, actors, and such that are out there right now, it's sort of like we all connect in some fashion at a show. And the band naturally has, it could be a 5-piece band or it could be 8-piece band. So you got some horn players that are friends with different people out there. So it's a really big club, so to speak.
Right.
And everybody's sort of interconnected. And if you had a hit record, we had a live kickin', Peppy came on. I mean, we had 12 episodes, I think, now. And each artist that came on, kind of brings their, audience with them. Which a lot of them are all the same, but, that's the cool thing. It kind of brings everybody together.
Right. So, I'm getting some urgent messages. The public demands to see a clip, like now, because this is too good. It's like we're selling it. We're overselling it. People want to see what this looks like. So we're going to throw it to a clip right now of This Is Rock and Roll on Bronxnet. Sunday nights at 8 o'clock on BX Omni, channel 68 Optimum and Fios 34. Let's take a look.
I never met a girl who makes me feel the way that you do. You're alright. Whenever I'm asked what makes my dreams real, you do. You're out of sight. So twiddly dee and twiddly dum. Look out, baby, 'cause here I come. And I'm ready to love the truth. So get ready, get ready.
Voice, man. Good job.
Thank you.
Love it, love it, love it. So the beginning of every show is like this.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
That alone. And that's even before we get into the actual
Well,
content.
the format is sort of the band plays. Then we have Mary. She's she announces Dennison every week, and then Dennis comes out, talks to Mary a little bit, and it goes right into the artist that's coming down for the day.
I got you. Awesome. Looking forward to it, man. Victor Sabatini, This Is Rock and Roll. Thank you so much for coming over to the first episode of Emerging Media Makers. Coming up next, Alicia Hayward from Reality Check. Emerging Media Makers on Bronxnet. We're back. It's Emerging Media Makers. I'm Bernardo.